Hello everybody, how are you today? Hopefully you're doing well and staying safe. We will start up with our new lesson, plants. Have you ever thought how important plants can be to us? Just stop the video and think about it. Imagine your life without these delicious fruits and vegetables. And what about use of plants in this home or house? So plants are very important to us. Today we'll talk about plants and their parts and the systems. As you know, we have two kinds of plants, vascular plants and non-vascular plants. Vascular plants are the plants with the vascular tissue. This vascular tissue is responsible for transporting water, nutrients, minerals and food in the parts of the plants. Vascular plants do not have the same size limitations. For example, trees, they can grow to heights of more than 66 meters, that is 200 feet. So how do trees get water up to their higher branches and leaves? So it's all depends on that vascular tissue or the vascular system. On the other hand, we have non-vascular plants which are quite small and they survive without a transport system. For example, mosses they reach a height of centimeter or less. Their parts are very close to the ground to absorb water directly. Vascular plants are divided into seed plants and seedless plants. Seedless plants such as this fern that you can see in the picture, it produces spores. A spore is a single cell that can develop into a new plant exactly like the plant that produces it. These spores, they have a tough outer covering which protects them from drying out until they find the right conditions for growth. On the other hand, we have seeding plants which produce seeds. A seed contains an underground plant, stored food and a protective covering. The seeding plants have two types. One is gymnosperms. A gymnosperm is a seed plant that does not produce a flower. They include pines, firs, and other cone-bearing trees. They have hard seeds that are uncovered, and they produce their seeds in cones. Angiosperm is a seed plant that produces flowers. All angiosperms have seeds that are covered by some kind of fruit. Some angiosperms have familiar fruits such as apples and plums. Other angiosperms such as grasses have similar and less colorful fruits. Now we'll talk about the parts of the plants, and first we'll talk about roots. As you know, root is that part of the plant that absorbs water and minerals. It stores food and anchors the plant. Now we'll talk about different parts of a root. The outer layer of the root is known as epidermis. This outer layer, epidermis, has root hairs and it absorbs water. As we learned that root hairs are present outside the epidermis and they soak up moisture like a sponge. A cortex layer is located just under the epidermis. It is used to store food and nutrients. The root cap covers the tip of the root. It protects the root tip while it pushes into the ground. And now to the last part, but not the least, transport vessels. This is the important part where the vascular tissue or the vascular system is present, which helps in transporting the sugar, food and nutrients. Now we will talk about different kind or different type of roots. Starting up with taproots. Plants with taproots have single main stalk-like root that grows deep into the ground. Smaller side roots often branch off a main taproot. Fibrous roots are thin, branching roots. They do not grow deep into the ground, but they often cover a very wide area. For example, a single clump of grass was found to have some 600 kilometers of fibrous roots. Aerial roots are roots that never touch the ground. They anchor the plant to trees, rocks, or other surfaces. And since they do not touch the ground, they absorb water from rain and the air rather than the soil. Prop-up roots usually grow at the bottom of a plant stem. They prop up and support the plant so it cannot be knocked over